Hi everyone, welcome to Gnan Cloud Garage. In this session, I'm going to talk about how does VCF architecture work. So, in order to understand VCF Private Cloud architecture, we need to be familiar with VCF domains, VCF instances, VCF fleet, and Private Cloud will be explained. So, based once we're familiar with the domain, instance, and fleet, then only we can understand how VCF architecture works. As we are aware, within the VCF VMware Cloud Foundation 9, it is a integrated SDDC component which includes compute vSphere, storage vSAN, and networking NSX, and VCF automation, VCF operate. These all contributed to make a private cloud architecture. Okay, now let's start with the first point is VCF instance. So to understand how architecture build with this component is, we have to understand the first key concept, that is VCF instance. Within VCF instance, one of the key concept is management domain. So when we want to create a management domain, that means within a VCF instances, the first cluster we have to build with the vCenter, ESXi host, and also the NSX manager, STDC manager. These all we can configure within a one of the management domain cluster. The core infrastructure means it's always compute, storage, networking. On top of this core infrastructure, we can create a cluster with using the cluster. We can cluster creation also we can create using vCenter only. Within a vCenter, when we create a cluster, under the cluster, we can configure all these appliances. NSX manager appliance, SDDC manager, and the complete component we call it as VCF instance management domain. And this is the within a management domain. Another important is the management domain. We can configure all the infrastructure VMs we can configure within a management domain. For example, if you have a backup server, we can configure in a management domain. Suppose if you have a customer application, the customer application it's not recommend to configure in management domain. We can create a either separate cluster or you can configure a separate vCenter and make it call it as a workload domain vCenter. Within the workload domain vCenter, we can configure a customer related applications. See the within a VCF instances, it is a combination of management domain and workload domain. Workload domain means just now as I mentioned, within a workload domain, again, the core infrastructure is same, but to manage the entire VCF instances, we have only one SDDC manager. Using this SDDC manager, we can maintain the management domain as well as workload domain. It's not only a one workload domain, it is a multiple workload domain. That's why we mentioned workload domains. This workload domain, we can initially it start with a one workload domain. Later on, you can increase your workload domain 1, 2, 3, and so on. That's the reason we mentioned additional workload domains. And within a VCF instances, to configure the automation, we need a VCF automation component. And to maintain the VCF management, unified management, we need a VCF operations. Okay. And in addition, these additional workload domains can be created to scale a deployment, which are each configured with their own vCenter server and a single NSX instance or shared NSX instance. Some scenarios we can create a separate NSX. Some scenarios we can utilize the management domain NSX manager itself. We can utilize in a workload domain. Okay, it depends on the organization infrastructure size. It may vary. Some small scale industries where they can use only one NSX manager. If it is a large infrastructure size, we can use a separate NSX. That means management domain have a separate NSX and workload domain have a separate NSX. Even vCenter also, we can have a separate vCenters in management domain and workload domain. Suppose if your infrastructure size is small infrastructure, we can use a consolidated VCF instances. Consolidated means both management domain and workload domain we can configure within a one vCenter, one NSX, and NSX manager. Instead of multiple clusters, we can configure one cluster dedicated for management domain and cluster two we can dedicate for a workload domain when your infrastructure is small. When your infrastructure is large organization or extra large, that time we can recommend a separate vCenter, separate NSX. Hope you understand the difference between management domain and workload domain. Now, coming to the VCF fleet. In our previous editions, VCF version 5.2 or VCF older versions 4 series, there is no concept of fleet management. But from this VCF latest version 9, they introduced the concept of VCF fleet. So VCF fleet is nothing but a VCF fleet is a combination of one or more VCF instances. Even if you see in this diagram, we call it as VCF fleet 1. This one VCF fleet 1, it have a VCF instances 1, and in future you can also configure a additional VCF instances. That is the reason we mentioned one or more VCF instances. And also if you observe this VCF architecture diagram, within your architecture, another importance of VCF fleet is it maintain a common VCF operations instance. The one operation instances, it will cover the VCF instance 1 and also the additional VCF instances. And one instance means it's a combination of management domain and multiple workload domains. And common VCF automation, as similar as VCF operation, even automation also common VCF automation, which will cover the one VCF instances and also the additional VCF instances. This entire combination architecture, we call it as VCF fleet. So to elaborate this point, VCF fleet can be a compromised of one or more VCF instances and is managed by a single set of fleet level management component. And fleet management component comprise of single instance of VCF operation and a single instance of VCF automation. And the VCF operation and automation instances can be used across all domains. Domain means management domain and workload domains within a VCF instances and across one or more VCF instances. This VCF fleet can be deployed across a single region or dual region deployment as well. Okay. Now you understand the domain concept and also you understand the ACF instances, you understand the VCF fleet. Now let's try to explain the private cloud. So VCF private cloud. So VCF private cloud means one or more VCF fleet. If you understand the VCF fleet 1, similarly, we configured VCF fleet 2 and so on. That's the reason we mentioned the number as VCF fleet N. Not only 2, 3 and so on. So N number of VCF fleets, we can call it as a VCF private cloud. This is the high level architecture of VCF private cloud. Okay. So based on our infrastructure side, these fleets and all, we can enhance and we can increase our scalability. Okay. So this private cloud is the highest level of management and consumption for underlying software defined data center resources. A VCF private cloud can contain one or more VCF fleet. Okay. Hope you understand the architecture, how it is work. So based on the infrastructure size, some organization, they need only one VCF instances. Some organization, they need at least one VCF fleet. If it is a extra large organization, they need not only one fleet, they need a multiple VCF fleets. Multiple VCF fleets within a VCF private cloud scenario. So that means private cloud constructs within a VCF. Okay. Now, the same definition, let me elaborate in the following slide, just for our recollection. So as we know, this is the VCF private cloud architectural diagram. And this architecture have a multiple key component. So within the key component, the high level concept is management domain. So management domain includes all infrastructure components necessary to deploy, manage, and monitor the entire VCF instance. So to deploy means we need a ESX host, we need a to manage means we need a vCenter server, and to monitor entire vCenter, VCF instance means to monitor this one we need a SDDC manager for management and also for alert configuration and all we need a operations. Okay, and to automate this the regular day-to operations we need a VCF automation, and we can start with a one cluster. In future, if you want to increase your multiple clusters, we can increase within a management domain. In addition, this management domain maintain all our infrastructure management servers, such as backup server, disaster recovery related applications like SRM, and if there is any additional monitoring servers or any additional syslog server, those and all we can configure within a management domain. If the customer want to configure their business related applications and workload, we have to configure within a workload domain. Now let's talk about the workload domain. See, workload domain means if you see additional workload domain, it is also have a separate vCenter, separate NSX, and additional clusters and core infrastructure. So workload domain runs customer workloads such as VM or containers. Okay. Only the customer workload. That means all business related applications and all runs always in a workload domain, and the infra related, management related servers and virtual machines will run in a management domain. Now, another point is VCF instance. So within VCF instance contains management domain and optionally one or more workload domains. That's the reason we mention additional workload domain. Okay, that is a VCF instance. Now, VCF fleet. VCF fleet is an environment managed by a single set of fleet level management component, that is VCF operations, VCF automation. A VCF fleet contains one or more VCF instances. So we already have one VCF instances in this architecture. We can also add additional VCF instances. So this combination, we call it as VCF fleet. Now, another point is VCF Private Cloud. So private cloud means is the highest level of management and consumption for underlying software defined data center resources. A VCF Private Cloud contains one or more VCF fleets. Not only VCF fleet 1, we can configure a additional VCF fleet 2, 3, and so on. Okay. Now, let's talk about the region. So region means geographical area that includes one or more data centers. Like in our site, we have a site A, site B. Site A within a organization, one location site A, another location is site B. That same sites we consider as a regional within a geographical area. One data center call it as site A, another data center call it as site B. And another key point is availability zone. So represents a fault domain in the private cloud infrastructure. Okay. So hope you understand the VCF architecture, how it works, and what is importance of management domain, workload domain, VCF instance, and VCF fleet, and how it will construct a private cloud infrastructure. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you. Please do, if you are watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to the Gnan Cloud Garage channel. If you are already subscribed, I appreciate all your support. Bye for now.